Hey beauties, good evening to you beautiful people. You know, beautiful people, each day, you know that I'm living here, on earth and specifically here in Jamaica. It breaks my heart to know that Jamaica has drastically changed. It is as though, as the Bible would say, we are among a generation of vipers. People, when I tell you people are heartless, it is mild a term. When I tell you people are heartless, it's like a joke. They're unfeeling, they're unloving. Some, not everyone, but quite a number. They're uncaring, unsympathetic. They have no mercy, no compassion towards especially those who are part of the vulnerable groups, whether they're children, the elderly, or the handicapped, those with some sort of defect or deformity or mental challenge or physical challenge or some sort of challenge that is obvious. Now, I came across a man on TikTok and he has a deformity in his hands. As you look at him, you see the deformity. It seemed to be a deformity since birth. So it would take him a little longer than the average Joe with a normal hand to put his clothes on to do things. He says he was asking, he said he doesn't know how to he does not know how to earn money from TikTok. He's like myself. I don't know how to even. I don't know how the people do it. I know I see them asking for lions, tigers, this, that, bear, whatever the animal may be. I wish some people could let me feel good too, because I know I'm giving salient and good information, and inspiring people. I know I'm creating some waves, and I wish people would, yeah, man, it'd nice if some of you could have just give me a lion and a tiger or whatever the thing is, maybe our TikTok universe. Yeah, man, me have somebody to just like the rest of people him too. And me want somebody give to me as well. And he was asking, he said, all I want, two things, because it's costly. I just want a washing machine and a refrigerator. Mind you, I know it's not cheap things, what we call cheap things. But he has a deformity. He said it's costing him too much to pay somebody to come and wash for him and whatever it is. And maybe he does not, I don't know if he's working or he's not earning. I remember he said he will go out and beg for help. He said he said people insult him and embarrass him, but he ignores that because he knows the end result and he knows where he wants to go, sort of a situation. And I'm saying to myself, I can hardly believe that we are living in a Jamaica where people are unfeeling towards people with a deformity, who are what we would call handicapped. I can hardly believe it. Why would you look at a man like that and say you're big, young, and strong, or look walk? How do you know that he's not? The average place of employment in Jamaica would not hire a man in his condition. Sometimes things that look strange or like a phenomenon, they run and they shun it like bad breath, or I don't want to compare it to say like cancer, but I don't even know. That's how some people are. Many people are. Yes, not just Jamaica, across the world, but I'm dealing with my country. Why would you look at a man like that? As you look at his hands, you see the challenge, because his two hands, not just one, are deformed. When he was in one video, he was sitting on the bed, setting his shirt away to put it on. And it's not as easy like when someone with our normal hands just put on the shirt quickly. He has to set it away with his hand so it can go over properly, and he carries it over. And perhaps there are certain shirts that he could not wear if it was one of those difficult ones. He probably can't do the button ones because of how his hands are deformed. He's at a disadvantage. He's not mentally challenged based on how I hear him speak. But I'm sure that maybe it has affected him emotionally and psychologically. Why would people do this? I cannot believe that we're in a Jamaica where we are uncaring, unfeeling, unsympathetic, no compassion for those in the vulnerable groups. And sometimes, I understand, sometimes when I see people reach a certain age and people treating them horribly, I said to myself, maybe in many of these cases, they were horrible people towards the vulnerable, even towards regular people when they were younger, and they never knew that their day of reckoning was coming. They never knew that their day of reckoning was coming. You see, people who are, let me tell you something, I find that people tend to get beating from God in an inopportune time. The rebellious, the wicked, those who don't care about others. It all generally comes when you're older, because you're old and you're weak and you're feeble and you cannot manage. And then when people come and start to treat you badly and mishandle and manhandle you and do you really, really bad, you start to reminisce of what you used to do to people. That's why maybe some of them have dementia, some mental illness, Alzheimer's, all sorts of things, in some cases. I can hardly believe that this is the Jamaica I'm living in now. I figured I would have seen people say, come, all right, let's see. Let me take you here. Let me take you there. Let's see what we can do to get a refrigerator and a washing machine. And as they look at the condition of the man's house, heavy rainfall, I don't know how he survives when it rains heavily. Because you can see the little holes through the zinc roof. You can see, when I say the holes, not holes in the zinc, meaning it's not tacked down properly. So if it rains, that place is supposed to be flooded. It's supposed to be flooded. He would have to get like tarpaulin or something to cover the gaps right there, based on the condition of where he is. It looks like it's somewhere somebody was able to just pitch up for him, like when you pitch up a tent for him to just, and it's an all-in-one place. So you understand the level of poverty. Why would you think that he has not tried to look for for employment? What do you mean you big, young and tough or strong or whatever, go look work? You people are cold. And it is when you are old, that is when you're going to feel how you have treated somebody with your words. Words are painful. It's not sticks and stones. You rather them come on to break your bones, because your bones can be mended and come back even better than what it was before. But words, sometimes they leave permanent holes and scars. We are heartless. We have no feeling, uncaring, unsympathetic, no empathy. You look at a handicapped man like that, a man with deformity, to talk about your whatever go look work. That's why we can't. I'm telling you, you're working to be rewarded. And you see, that pay that you're going to get, it is not a salary that you want. You're working to reward it. You think your own, you may be hurting the person momentarily. You may be hurting the person momentarily, but God will wipe away many of their tears and their pain and their hurt. But yours, if you choose not to stop, to repent, to apologize and to make amends and to do right, you're not going to like your beating, because it is a surety. It is coming. It must come. You cannot sow something and not expect to reap from that sowing. You cannot. It is impossible. There are many people who are in regrets. Many, because of the ill treatment they had given out to others, they were not warranted. Because of the ill treatment, they're going to, oh God, when the beating comes, the beating they come for honor. So stay there. Continue hurting people. Continue being unfeeling, unloving. Continue to be uncouth, godless, because your day is coming. I pray that fellow, he looks to be about, I can't tell his age, to be honest with you. Maybe late 30s, 40s. I don't know. I can't tell where he is, because these days, I don't know, they're doing something to the foods that is vastly aging our young people. That's vastly aging. I remember when I worked somewhere, I thought somebody was much older than I am. And I couldn't believe that I'm older than the person. There's a little gap there. I was shocked. The person not only looked old, talked old. I was shocked. I said, oh my God, there's something in our foods. These days you can hardly tell people. You just don't know how to guess it or to swing it. Look much older. I remember hearing the people them say the taxi man who hit out the man's glass is 37 and he looks like he's in his 60s. The hard life and the coarse living, a behavior like that must age him. We have no feeling though. May God help us as a people. I don't know what's going to happen to our country. Anyway, guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this, send me a like.